Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, I guess it is. Yeah, it's 2:25 in the morning here. Uh, yeah, I guess it's been 4 days since I've talked to you last. I was getting ready wait on another load to come to me, or the one that, or redid the other load, one of the two, but it didn't happen. So anyway, I got another load. It was a pretty decent load. Well, it was okay load, I guess. It's the one that, it was a load that I took to, I had to go down the road probably about 70, what was it? What was it, 70 miles or 30 miles down the road, picked up a load in Arkansas and had to take it to, I took it to Indiana. And it was a pretty decent load. It was kind of a strange situation. I picked the load up, dropped the trailer, and I picked this load up right from there. It was pretty easy. Maracool, and I picked that load up and I headed out. I went to another Maracool in Indiana. Got there in plenty of time, but apparently they shut down at 4 o'clock and they don't run. So the notes on the comments of the trip said, if there's nobody there, you're supposed to go ahead and drop your trailer, get your lock off. I happened to get a lock, guys. I went ahead and picked up a lock. So I could secure it, took it there, and pulled in. Went up there and did it. You're supposed to take pictures of bills and put them in a file cabinet. Was inside. And I also, what was the good thing about this was my 90 ended up also being my 01, so I didn't have nowhere to go. So anyway, I got the trailer parked, not docked, but trailer parked and everything, dropped it, went up to the deal, had the bills, took pictures, sent them forward and everything, completed that job. But the next job that I got was a good job. That paid very, very well and not a very far distance. And I was concerned because the fact is it was a 1-day turnover. So, but anyway, I was there the day before, dropped this trailer, and all I had to do was pick this one up, and I could have took off and went. But once I got all the bills done, there was another prime driver there, and he happened, the couple came in, and one of the guys got one of the trailer tugs, I call them, I don't know, things that take the trailers around and park them. Anyway, a gentleman and a lady was there, and they were, I guess, doing a pre-trip on it, and the kid walked up to the lady, and the lady talked to her. So when I come down, I'd already dropped their bills in, and I was told if you look in the rack, you would find your bill of lading number or your PO number, and what you do is you just take the bill, you take it out, you open it up, you look at it, make sure the seal's good, and then you just sign off, put it back in there, and take the envelope and go, and then load your trailer and haul butt. So anyway, I'm walking back, and she stopped me as I was walking back. She said, "Could I help you?" And I said, "Well, I went ahead and I got you a load in. I did what the instructions said." I said, I dropped it, and I put the bills in and everything in your file box. And you did it right. You were right. And I said, "Well, I got a question for you because I'm supposed to also pick up another load here, and I'm taking it up to Ohio." And she goes, "Well, was it in the file?" And I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Well, then it's not done yet." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Do we know when that's going to happen?" She said, I'm the one to be loading it, and I guarantee it won't be until tomorrow morning." I said, "Oh, okay." So I thought, well, that's not good for me because I had an actual 1845 delivery that next day at this location in Ohio. And it wasn't far, I guess you could say. It was about 400 miles or something like that, 500 miles. But it was the point, it's not being available. She said, well, I said, what do I do? And she said, well, all you can do is you can park here. It was a pretty cool little place. You could either park there inside, which there wasn't any room. You could park out, there's a little cul-de-sac, but that was already packed with other trucks. Or you could park along their road. Or she said, you can go over to Walmart. And she pointed over, and there's Walmart sitting there. And she said, they have no problem with you guys parking. And all I had was a bobtail, so that was good for me. So I said, okay, cool. So I loaded my gear and, took off and went up there and parked in the parking lot. It just so happened there was a Mexican restaurant right there and it was open. So I went in and I finally got to eat at a restaurant. So that was cool. Anyway, so I parked there, told my fleet manager what was going on, called dispatch and called the fleet manager, said, here's the deal. They're not going to load me until tomorrow. And I'm just going to go ahead and shut down for the night and then have a reset in the morning. Which I would have reset. I mean, had a 10-hour break, so I would have had it all taken care of. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of relaxed right now. I'm getting ready to go on duty. If I can get this thing to stand up just a little bit more. There we go. Hope it don't fall. But anyway, I'm in my bunk right now, just chilling. So anyway, the deal is I went ahead and spent the night and everything, and I was told to call about 7 in the morning, and they would let me know. So I got up, had me a cup of coffee, and I called over there, and she said, nope, it ain't gonna be ready. Probably won't be ready till about 9:45. And I'm thinking, no, this is not getting good, because it's just killing my time, and I ain't got that much time to get to the next spot. So I said, okay, fine. So I called the fleet manager and said, look, I don't know if we're going to make our appointment time. I said, will there be a way to adjust that time, because I'm still waiting on this load? He said, well, not really, but we'll see what we can do. I said, okay. So anyway, I waited, and of course, as soon as I got ready, I called him. Yep, it's ready for you. I said, okay, cool. So I get in there, and I get all my stuff, get the bills, because they won't allow you in the building at all. You just pull the bills out of the envelope, you sign them, and then you put them back in. Well, when I went back in and got the trailer, did the trailer inspection, and then getting ready to, I filled out my departure, and then I called for my live load. Well, when I called for the live load, red flag started flashing, and he says, well, your bills are telling us one thing, but we are told this is what they're supposed to have, and they were short 7,000 pounds and so many pieces, and quite a bit of pieces. And I'm going, oh no, here we go. So he said, well, I need to contact sales, so you're going to have to you're on hold until we figure out what's going on. So call sales. Well, this is what I don't understand. Okay, we're out here, excuse me, try to keep this right. We're out here processing. Oh man, that made it worse, didn't it? Let me see if this will. All right. We're out here processing, we out here, we transport this stuff, from point A to point B or whatever. Now, I get a message back saying, hey, you need to contact the shipper and see if they loaded it right. And I said, what do you mean by that? I mean, that's kind of funny. And so I called them. She was a very sweet lady, and I said, ma'am, I got a discrepancy here. I said, my company's telling me that the order was for this amount of stuff, but the bills are saying it's what it was. She said, well, whatever Tyson tells us, that's what we put in the trailer. And see, the trailer's already been sealed. You don't, so I could not verify what was inside that trailer, because it was sealed, shipper loads, count. So anyway, so I messaged back dispatch, and I told him, hey, look, the lady says it's on y'all. You need to contact Tyson. They done what they were told to do. So he turns around and calls sales. Now listen, this is again another two hours of deliberation and me not moving. I'm still sitting in the yard. My time is depleting. And I finally just told dispatch, I said, you better tell me something, because if not, you're going to have to get my appointment changed, because there's no way I'm going to make the length of miles in that length of time. Oh, we'll take care of that. Don't worry about it. So about 2 hours later, still in the yard, pouring rain, just totally pouring, torrential rain. And I finally get the call, okay, you can roll now. Oh, wow. Why couldn't we are you happy with the load? I said, what have I got to be happy about? I said, it was sealed before I even touched it. I had to verify the seal with the shipper. So, that's not on my control. All I'm doing is transporting. So I don't understand that. I think, sales need to start being a part of the system or something, and not be against the system. But anyway, that's a different story to talk about. So we went ahead. I'm tired of laying up. So anyway, I'm sorry guys, I keep moving the camera all the damn time and it's not working very well. Here we go. So anyway, to make the little story short, I got on the highway and I was hauling butt. I had to get there. Well, I got to the 90, 15, I got to the 90, 15 minutes before my appointment time, made it through the gate. And then they stage us, and there's a roll along the road. There's like truck. So I get in line with the truck, get my bills. I walk in the building. She said, "We'll call you when we give you a doc." So I didn't even have a doc. I said, "Okay, bye." So anyway, sit there about 2 hours in limbo, and then finally get the phone call. Okay, you docking this doc, and it's a Walmart DC, so everybody knows the routine. You got to put the tandems to the rear. You got to park it. You got to unconnect, disconnect, drop it, and pull away from it. And that's what I did. And of course, it took them about, once I got docked and everything, it took them another almost hour and 30 minutes. And I laid down then. I was freaking tired. I know this thing's it's moving. So an hour and 30 minutes, and I was still. They finally turned red and started offloading. Took them only about a half an hour or so. Got it offloaded. So in the meantime, my clock is dying, and I got a bad clock. And I already get a proposed load again, which I don't mind. That's fine. And it wasn't a bad load, I guess. The one they gave me was good, very good. The next load was okay, and it was basically I had to go back to Cincinnati, Ohio, pick up a load, and take it to Wisconsin. And that was an okay. It was all right, no big deal. It paid okay. But anyway, so I told him I'm not going to leave because I got to find me a place to hold up. We blew my clock all day long because of all this waiting and this crap and going on. And I said that, and it's just killing my opportunity to get more loads before the end of the pay period. Which this one missed it, by the way. The last one, that's the one I wanted to go on there, and it didn't happen. So that's another story. Now I'm not been a happy camper the last couple of days. When I seen my settlement yesterday. I'm questioning, can I continue to do lease op or not? And that we're not going to get into that conversation just yet because right now I'm not in that state of mind to talk about it because right now, if I had my choice, I'd turn the truck in today. But I know people have been saying, well, you got to give it a chance. You got to give it a chance. And I said, well, I got to pay bills. Okay. You guys can all say, oh man, give it a break, give it a time. Yeah, you might have money. You might have your own little nest egg hung back on the back side of the fence post. And I'm not directing that conversation to anybody. So don't even think about saying, well, you talking about me? Well, no, I'm not talking about, I'm talking in general. Some people are capable of handling my situation. I'm not. I was with the company for 20 years and then all of a sudden they let me go. So technically I was unemployed right after I got away from them, and I had to find a job like now, so that's not what I'm getting at. We'll get into that conversation some other time. Right now I'm in that frame of mind that I might say something I regret later, so we're going to leave that be. We're just going to continue with what my day update was. Anyway, got that load done. I was lucky. This is now, we're talking 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? So I got a reset, so I'm waiting to see, and I had an appointment. I said, look, you're going to have to adjust that appointment because there's no way I can get from here to that appointment in that length of time because I've got to do a washout, one, and number two, I've got to get down there to pick up the load. Okay, no problem. So I was able to do a 10-hour reset, got up, got my coffee, got cleaned out. In fact, I couldn't even do, I went ahead and just blew out the trailer myself because I didn't have enough time. So I took off and headed for Cincinnati, picked up a Tropicana load, got it loaded, and took off and headed for Wisconsin. That part of the trip wasn't no big deal. I had that made. So we got up there. I got up there. I don't know. I got up there and it wasn't that bad. I mean, we got in there. trying to remember how it went. Oh, yeah, here's how it went. This little place is in a Podo town somewhere up in Wisconsin. And I wasn't impressed at all, because what it is they got the facility, and then outside the facility is like a drive. You pull in like you're driving in. Well, it's a room for trucks to sit on both sides. And I was concerned about that because I didn't know whether I needed to hold up, because I just had to top off at a TA about 16 miles away from my 90, and I had to get fuel. I got fuel, and I thought, man, you might want to just stay here. But then again, it was raining, pouring rain, storming. I said, no, go on to the 90 and see what's up there, because I looked at everything. I always look at the place I'm going to aerial with Google Maps to see what their situation is and how to be in and out. And it didn't seem that bad. Of course, there was nobody there. So anyway, I come flying in there. It's dark, and I got in there, and sure enough, the trucks were lined up in that little area. Well, I went ahead and pulled in. I was lucky to be one of the last ones in. Problem was, I was blocking the road because it's a big curve. So a gentleman, one of the truckers was walking around. He's helped me, so we were able to move everybody up on the inside corner so that I could back in or pull in and then be right beside them to leave enough room in the middle, because we're on both sides like this. Okay, problem is with this is now my clock's been running most of the day. So technically I had about 4 hours left. I had about 10-15 minutes difference between my 11-hour and my 14-hour clock. So that was the problem. So anyway, we waited, and I got there about 7. Well, they don't open the gates till midnight. So I'm thinking, oh, I am screwed now. So anyway, we were able to get in 1 o'clock. Nobody tells you nothing. You can't. The phone never. Nobody picked up the damn phone or talked to you, and you didn't know what to do. And you can't get in the gate. There was no guard check. So I guess anyway. About 10:30, well, no, correction, about 11:45, I got up there, and the old boy finally let me sneak by where I could get in. And there's a little push button. I called in, and she said, yes, what's your appointment time? I said, 1 o'clock. And he said, well, okay, why don't you just come on in, open the gate for me, park across from the receiving dock, or from the receiving office, and bring your bills and your ID. And of course, this is now chaotic, because you still got loopers moving, trailers moving, trucks moving, other people coming in. So it's a chaotic mess. So I went ahead and I just backed into a spot and stopped and got out. Of course, a line at the door. So we get all that done. Now we're talking 12:30, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And anyway, this was yesterday. And anyway, we did all that, got that all taken care of. And then she gave me my dock number, and I went in, docked, pulled in, opened the doors, all that crap. And then they started offloading the load. But now in the meantime, it's really late. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning. So one of my fleet managers, Leslie, she's on duty now, and she calls me she sends me a proposal. And I tell her what dilemma I'm in. I said, I've got to find a place to park. Period. No question. She said, okay, I understand. So I found a spot, and I'm talking, I was able to get my total clock back, but I didn't get any sleep at all. So I got to haul ass, because I got a 70, I had an 8:30 appointment, and I still had to get a washout because I was hauling meat. I think it was. No, it wasn't. It was orange juice. I couldn't find a place to blow it out, so I went in. There's a little place about 3 miles, and I had a Blue Beacon, had them wash out. Well, that was number one stupid ass mistake I made. So anyway, after that, I drove about 78 miles, made it to this little rinky-dink town. It was funny. They had a low bridge, 13.6 bridge, supposedly, and I don't understand this. The Qualcomm is supposed to take you where there's no danger or no way of getting stuck or anything. Now, this is a 13.6 bridge. The problem, the 13.6 bridge is okay, but it's like it dips out up under it. So that I took my time and did it, just saying, okay, Qualcomm, it's your fault if I do this. No, it wouldn't be, and it'd been my fault. But anyway, we made it through there, and it's off of damn residential street, which played heck trying to get into that. Finally made it down there, and they was in a back lot. I walked up into them, said, sure, go ahead and dock it up, and we'll get you loaded. And I was this load is going back to Springfield, Missouri, and I don't know. That's kind of etchy too because my home time doesn't start till Wednesday. Now, why in the world? And today is what? Today's Saturday, and why in the world am I going back to Prime for? Because I want to get another load. I can't just go back because from like going back to what I was talking about. Last week's paycheck was a joke. Literally joke. I could have made that kind of money. Don't take this the wrong way. I could have made that money flipping burgers. You know. That's what I'm talking about. I am not. I've been doing this for what, a little over 4 weeks, 6 weeks now, and I've only had one freaking decent paycheck since I started leasing. And I ain't liking this. And my wife is definitely not liking this. You know, I don't know where everybody thinks they're making a freaking ton of money out there. Unless they getting damn good loads, because I sure ain't had no good loads. That's a fact. That ain't happened at all. You know. But anyway, that's the whole day. See, that's where I got started now. See how agitated I am? I'm not liking this a dang bit. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. I have a commitment, and I always live up to my commitments. I did it for 15 years with the United States Army, and I did it for 20-some years with the company I was with before. When I make a point, I'm going to make dedicated, I'll be dedicated to you. But don't shove something up my ass either in the process. See, I've got started. I got to shut up. You know. I'm not happy about it. That's all. But anyway, now I'm in the middle of this load. Well, I had to stop again because I had to wait. We got down there, and it's dry goods. Well, the trailer's wet, so the guy won't load. So now I've got to turn on the... I had to turn around, turn on the... sorry, guys. I've got a stand that ain't worth a crap. I had to turn on the reefer, put it at 65 degrees to help it thaw out. He had big fans. So now, instead of loading at 8:30, I didn't get loaded till 11:30. Because he wouldn't load the material inside there. I had a wet trailer. So I'm screwed. So now there's 4 hours I lost. I could have been down the highway coming from Wisconsin to Missouri. So anyway, my clock's running. So now I get in, I haul butt again. It seems like I will never, God, man, quit. I will never get mileage rating like everybody else supposedly does. You know, I'm not impressed with the International. At zero impressed. If I hurt people's feelings, sorry. I don't like it. It's a dog. You know, things don't freaking run. It don't climb a hill where the crap. It decelerates up a hill. What? Deceleration. I'm not impressed with it. I love the way they build up an inside. It didn't all like this, it'd be fine. But, you know, I don't like it. I do not like the International at all. But anyway, that's another ballgame. But anyway, I'm going to quit ranting. Anyway, I'm on my way back to Springfield with this load. I got to go to Kraft. Supposedly, I have to take it to the yard first, which I've never heard of before. But I got to take it to the yard first, and then I got to take it to Kraft. My point, I got to get out of here in another... I got 1 more hour left on my 10-hour break, and then I got to roll because I'm basically about 245 miles from Springfield right now. So you see my dilemma. But I figured it was best. I had no choice. I was so tired. I hadn't gotten any much sleep from my previous load, and I had to drive that morning to get over to this load, and it's just been one thing after another, you know, and I'm just tired. I was wore out. I just said, I'm taking care of Curtis for a change. So I don't know what I might have to call my fleet manager or whatever, and hey, look, we may have to move that appointment time another hour. I won't know yet until I get started. I got to get through St. Louis. I'm about 20 miles outside St. Louis on 55 North. So that's where I'm at. I decided to quit. I was just so tired. I said it's time to be safe, and I quit. So better be safe than sorry. But anyway, I'm done ranting, folks. I'm sorry. I've been on this thing for 25 minutes. Just giving you an update. Right now, all I know is I'll be in Springfield to deliver this load. After that, I don't know whether they're going to make. I'm either going home time or I'm going to do it. I want to do another load because I figure I can do another load between, this afternoon. Get a load commitment, and then go wherever I need to go, and then come back on Wednesday. That's my plan, but who knows? Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I got to get me some coffee. I just woke up. I'm ready to rock and roll. I just got to wait on my clock to reset, and I'm gone. So y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves. Always remember, we keep striving and driving for perfection. And I'll keep you posted on what my decision is going to be, whether I stay with the lease or not. That's still in limbo. So if you continue to see me, then everything's going to keep going. But if you don't see me, I might be working out something else. I'm not leaving. I won't leave Prime because I have the obligation, and at least until September. That's when my 9 months will be complete as being a veteran, and we are supposedly only have to do a 9 month. I still got to figure if that's true or not. I haven't been told, but we'll see. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Be safe. Bye.